Yo, what is up, you guys? I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And this is Dre and Jay here today to give you guys our top 10 best movies of 2023. Top 10 movies that we enjoyed. They're not like universally, critically the best 10 movies. It's just top 10 of our favorite ones that we watched over the past year. So starting off, honorable mentions. Do you have any? Or, we'll save honorable mentions until when we get to close to 1. But starting out at number 10, do you want to do 10 for us?
Yeah, I know 10.
Number 10.
Number 10, I'm going to go with Elemental.
Elemental, okay.
Disney's Elemental. Fun film. Definitely underrated. I definitely remember seeing the trailer with DeAndre. I was like, this got some, I know it has some message behind it, but also I thought it was a fun film, and I think I really enjoyed it. I think watching it, I watched it a lot of times with some of my nephew, my little cousins. Mm-hmm. They really loved it, and I enjoyed it too, man. There's some funny moments, and I like the story. I think the meme behind it's amazing, so I really enjoyed Elemental, so I go with that too.
Okay. 10, I have Air, directed by Ben Affleck. Was straight to streaming on Amazon Prime.
Fire movie.
Yeah, great movie. Great sports. Great sports film. Trying to see the way how they were able to court Michael Jordan and get him to sign with Nike. Mm-hmm. I just liked a lot of the performances in it. Matt Damon was great. Viola Davis as Michael Jordan's mom was amazing.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Tucker. Yeah. Just a lot of good performances, and I just really enjoyed it. Also, being a Bulls fan and being a huge Michael Jordan fan, is a good watch for me.
Okay. It's me?
All right, number 9.
You go 9.
I gotta start out number 9.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, number 9. I have the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
The disrespect.
Wait, the disrespect.
Go ahead.
Damn,
I'm not going to interrupt you. Go ahead, do your thing.
Super Mario Bros. Movie, really fun. Chris Pratt, I didn't originally when I heard the voice and when I heard he was cast as Mario, I was questioning it. But, I think overall the film was really fun, really a good watch. It really adapted a lot of things that you see in the Mario games into the film, and awesome animation. So I think it's a fun movie for both kids and adults to enjoy, and it gave us an amazing, even though it's a short 1-minute song, that Peaches hits, Peaches.
Y'all must have tried to make it nasty and say Peach.
Love you.
No, I like.
Oh, Peaches.
That's it. My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Number 9, I'm gonna go with Transformers.
Ooh.
Fun movie, had a good time with it. I think it really definitely rejuvenated the franchise as far as for the movie side. The Optimus Prime was finally toned up right. I thought he had flaws. I thought he got his ass with that time like he's supposed to. Then he had some moments where he was badass. Optimus Prime was still the show for me, but also so did your man. The new Bumblebee.
Mirage.
Mirage. I love Mirage. Pete Davidson was amazing as him. I'm glad Bumblebee took a back seat in this movie. I'm glad they actually showed off more of the newer Transformers instead of just sticking with Bumblebee and Optimus Prime as their bread and butter. But definitely put that at number 9. I really enjoyed Transformers a lot. And the soundtrack was dope. Had a very dope 90s New York feel. So yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right, number 8.
Number 8, I'm gonna go with TMNT Trailers. I went TMNT. Great animation, fun film. Like I mentioned, the 90s New York music, got the hip hop just very much. Seth Rogen did a great job with it. Thought the villain was dope. Superfly was dope. And then I think also there's a lot of just character growth. I think the Turtles being so young, they did a great job doing them as actually kids. And had shown that they all had their strengths and weaknesses. They all had their flaws and stuff like that. And I just love that. I think that's a great movie. So I put that at 8. And the animation was dope.
Okay. Number 8, I have John Wick Chapter 4.
Oh shit.
It's now for sure. I think this franchise. I think the franchise has gotten to a point where it definitely is.
Boy, if I have Fast and Furious bubbles, I want to hear shit from your ass.
No, but you see where I'm going with this. Like, it's starting to get where it's too much. Where like even now, when I heard that they announced like they're doing a 5th movie, I'm like, okay.
Are you gonna go see it?
I don't know. Honestly.
If you see a trailer with some badass kills, you'll be there. Don't try to
Maybe we'll see. I don't know, but you know what? One thing I will say, I liked the cast. I think Skarsgård was amazing as the main villain. I loved. I forgot. I don't know the actor's name, but like the little side dude. He's in that show that you can watch on it.
Oh yeah, the black dude. He was dope as fuck. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
It was cool. And just a lot of things that they brought. Oh yeah, fucking Donnie Yen. Like
Donnie Yen. He ain't Jet Li, but he dope.
Yeah. Okay, but Donnie Yen amazing in that film as well, and I just liked a lot of the new things that they brought to the, as far as the Continental or just the assassin game. That is the John Wick world, where they have the card game and they're pointing out like, like this is how the duel. Okay, we're guns. All right, bet. So stuff like that was cool.
So they do some like the
hit that they put out on John Wick very much like
He'll be back for the fifth. He's back for the fifth.
Vibes. And also like I still can't get over that sequence that when he's in that room and it's like that overhead shot.
Yeah.
And it's just him moving around the room. I thought like it's just an amazing shot. So I really appreciate that movie.
So if I have Fast and Furious, I don't hear shit from you on. That's all I'm hearing. But that's a great pick.
Even John Wick 5. John Wick 5 could be good, but at the same time, I don't think it will be top. I don't think any of the new John Wick movies are going to be top 10 for me anymore.
Is your pick? It was 7. What you?
You haven't done 8 yet.
I did 18 and the T. Them intros.
Oh. Okay. 7. All right, 7 for me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cool.
I really like that one. Fun animation. Definitely, I like the new take on them being kids and being teenagers, and a lot of the pop culture references that were included in the movie. Like, really dope to see.
The Aki way. You want a bed?
Yeah.
Bacon, eggs, and
cheese. cheese. So no, it was hilarious, man.
We outside.
Yeah. I will say, the whole taking off their masks and going to school at the end was definitely a different twist and a different take on the Ninja Turtles. But at the same time, like for me, for a franchise that has had so many adaptations of animation, has had so many adaptations of live action, and it has the comic books as well. Like I think you can do something different with this, especially with how they are with being teenagers and all. Like you can really do a pretty cool and fun story with it.
Another thing it takes away from them. It's kind of weird. It does take away from the mystery of them being like
ninjas. Yeah,
it's like Bruce Wayne. Like people know Bruce Wayne's Batman. It's like what I mean. But overall, it's still dope.
I mean, it's still like it because they're going to be teenagers, so it's going to be kind of funny to see how they interact with school and everything in the
But now, you have guys like Shredder pull up, like they know where they can find them.
And they did tease Shredder at the end, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shredder would fold these niggas fast. He don't fold these
Well, they're babies. Yeah, he's still young. They got a squad. They got the
if anything,
they got Bebop and Rocksteady.
If anything, bro, that's how you could lose. That's how the next movie could be bad for me. If Shredder comes in and starts getting mollywopped by these.
What if he has the whole team?
If it's a whole team versus
they all live there.
Okay.
Splinter got him a whole piece of ass at the house.
Okay, then maybe we got something. But like if it's Shredder taking on the 4 turtles and this Shredder loses, nah, bro, nah.
At 7, I'm going Evil Dead.
Ooh. Great
intro, great just fire movie, man, from start to finish. If you love the Evil Dead franchise, this is definitely a banger. The title screen by itself is amazing. Mm-hmm. Probably the best one I've seen. I don't know how long. I think that's probably the best title screens ever. Rises, literally. But no, a fun movie, man. I love how it's like very closed in kind of like how Evil Dead's always been kind of closed in, but like the little hotel apartment complex, some great like creepy ass moments. Mm-hmm. They did a great job with the makeup. It's like this is a beautiful looking movie, and it's creepy as hell, and there's some great kills in it.
Yeah.
So Evil Dead goes with 7. I gotta respect the horror genre. I'm a horror guy.
Okay. Cool. 6. So this is my only horror movie that I have in here, surprisingly. But that is Talk to Me.
Fire.
Great psychological horror film. Amazing performances from the cast. And it's really impressive, especially when you look at the directors of this film. You know, they're guys that I usually watch on YouTube that were popular YouTubers. Rocket Rocket, they made some amazing YouTube videos, and even their videos that they edited for YouTube, like were, you know, like as far as production, it looked really cool. So to see them actually come out of that and make a horror film, you know, it was very surprising seeing their names attached to it originally, and then just seeing the premise of the film. Very creepy, very suspenseful. And it was just very chilling, so I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Your turn. It's you.
5.
6.
6 was talk to me.
Oh, and my turn for 6?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, it's time to start shaking shit.
We should have never did this back and forth shit. That's gonna be confusing. But go ahead.
Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
At 6. Great film. Really enjoyed. Had a great time with it. It's gonna be at 6 though for me.
Okay. That's good.
Good.
Alright. I don't worry, guys. I have a lot more to say on that film. Number 5. So number 5, I have Godzilla -1.
Nice.
Damn, man, what can I say about that film? I think it's probably one of the best monster movies as far as involving the human element and human story with it. You know, it takes place in a post-war Japan type of vibe. You have this character, the main character that's dealing with like survivor's guilt and even Godzilla in that movie. Like, and the thing that you gotta give it credit to, it was only like $15 million in the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And like, of course, there are some shots if you were to watch it where you would be like, okay, I see why that shit looks like $15 million. Like there may be 1 or 2 shots, but overall, like especially how they did the atomic breath, like the shit was stunning. It was actually like a fucking laser that just like shot out, and it looked pretty cool, especially how it charged up, the spikes coming out. But no, I really fucking enjoyed Godzilla -1, and it's definitely, I'm glad that it's getting a lot of praise and a lot of, you know, just hopefully if they make sequels with a little bit more budget, I think it could look amazing. Obviously, I don't want them to tap into too much because then they'll lose sight of what made it great in the first place, which was the storytelling behind it. So.
Well, they ain't gonna lose that because that's their guys. Yeah, I gotta make sure they tell Godzilla story right.
Yeah.
In America, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying as far as making the movie, like they don't go, oh, okay, well we have all this budget for special effects now, let's use it all on this.
Well, it's a good thing with the kaiju kind of shows, like you can make kaiju films without having like $100 million budget. You don't need that to make a great kaiju film.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna see Godzilla vs. Kong pretty soon, and you don't need that kind of budget to make a film. It seems like.
Yeah.
But
no, this one, and I'll also say like this one, it wasn't really like a Godzilla film. You know, what we've seen recently where this guy is the savior and shit. Like this motherfucker was a menace in this movie, and that's what I loved about it. It was really fun one to watch.
Yeah. At 5 for me, I'm going with Talk to Me. Y'all just said all. I'm not gonna hold up too much. All I gotta say is great horror film. The cast, I actually enjoyed them. I didn't hate no character in the movie. They all felt reasonable and realistic. And I thought the premise of the story was pretty dope. So that's all I'm saying. I know Johnny already talked about it. I ain't gonna if he already talked about it, I'm not gonna talk about it too heavy. But yeah, Talk to Me at 5.
Okay. Number 4. So I got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, man, the amount of twists and turns this movie had was great. Just exploring the multiverse and how it was done, I thought it was well. And it was also like, even though they had the multiverse and everything, it was important to the story. It wasn't just something where, hey, we're making this whole plot about this, and then we're just throwing this at you just so you can have it. Like, no, it's actually integral to the story. And you know, it's not the whole cake, but it's icing on the cake that makes it so well. And just the introduction of new characters like Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and just a lot of the other Spider-Man that they also brought back and involved. So no, it was a great movie. Definitely left you on a huge cliffhanger where you're wanting that movie, that you're wanting that next one to automatically just be available for it to drop right now so you can go check it out, but sadly it ain't. But I want them to take as much time as they can making that next one, because, you know, so far the first 2 have been bangers, so Really looking forward to what they do with the third one.
Okay. For me at 4, I have Air. A film I really enjoyed when I watched it. I'm a big sports guy. If you guys don't know, I've always seen the Celtic hats on. So I love sports movies. Anytime you get a sports movie or a sports documentary movie, I'm all for it. So for me, Air was just a dope presentation of like how the behind the scenes stuff at Nike and how it really became what it is today. I'm a big Nike guy, so like for me, I was like, damn, like this is how Nike became the empire it is, because Jordan is what made Nike the empire that we see today. So it was cool to see that story and see the conversations that had to go into play, like the stuff that you don't really hear about when you just watch the interviews. You know what I mean? Like more like how it all went down. So it was a dope movie, great film, nicely shot. Cast is great, like DeAndre mentioned. We'll keep it moving.
Okay. Number 3, I think you're
Oh
starting.
yeah. At number 3, Killers of the Flower Moon, man.
Okay.
A film I really enjoyed, and I put it there because it made me go back and want to do so much research because the story was so dope. I didn't know much about the story to begin with, I'm not gonna lie, but watching it, it made me want to go back and just research so much more. Martin Scorsese at his best, you know what I mean? I know it's a long film, but Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, they all do a great job. But the actress that plays the Native American wife of Leonardo DiCaprio's character is dope. I'm glad she's getting the praise and the love she deserves now in Hollywood, and getting that praise because she was great in the film. But I think the story was just really cool, man. It really stuck with me even after I watched it. It's one of those films after I watched it, I was still in my mind the whole premise of it, and like everything that went down, just how crazy that situation, how fucked up it was, and stuff like that. So really enjoyed the film. If you haven't seen it, it's a great film. Looks beautiful. So I gotta say, I really enjoyed the film. I'll put it at 3.
Yeah. I also have Killers of the Flower Moon at 3. Yeah, Martin Scorsese did a very good job with this. I mean, really does a good job with a lot of his films. It was long, I'm not gonna lie. It was one that I didn't watch in theaters. I waited till that motherfucker was on Apple TV, and then I watched it. Then it took me 2 sittings to watch it. But I very much enjoyed it. Definitely, like Javante said, after it kind of made me touch up and look up like exactly the historical events from the film and how accurate they were. Were there any like details? They really hit on a lot of.
That was a great casting choices.
Great
Aside from
casting
Leonardo
choices.
Leonardo DiCaprio was still a little too good looking for the guy. It was still good casting.
Yeah, I mean they try to make him look as ugly as possible.
Yeah, they tried to fuck him up. It's Leo. It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Lily Gladstone.
Yeah,
She was amazing. Robert De Niro was, I thought he was great as well. Made you want to hate him. He had a very, very like hating performance where you're like, I can't stand this dude, but like he's so good at it.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say like I wish the movie had was more of just like a timestamp on like the events, and especially as far as the killings, like how far each one took place. Because I didn't know if it was like a thing where like it was years, going by, or was it months going by, was it weeks? Like I didn't know, so that's something I wish I would have while watching it. It wasn't until like I actually had to look it up, and then I noticed like, oh, okay, all right, this is when so and so got murdered. This is when so and so got murdered as well. So, but it was really like depressing to see how they were able to kill off so many members of the Osage Nation and to get away with it, and just the greed of it behind it all. Like it was just really depressing to watch. But I also thought that was a really nice touch at the end with the little like stage player.
Yeah, it was dope. It was cool to see that.
Yeah,
Different way to do it.
Like how they described, like, okay, this is what happened to so and so.
Yeah, that was pretty. I like that.
So no, it was a really dope film.
That you had 2.
2. Iron Claw. So yeah, Iron Claw. Zac Efron. I definitely think he deserves an Oscar for his performance in this film. I'm actually disappointed that this movie was left off. I think it was left off the Oscars list, which is a disappointment in the Oscars in general. Sports drama that really took it another level as far as the drama department. I didn't really have any prior knowledge of the Von Erich family, but I did find it like cool that, or interesting that they were raised in Texas. Most of them were from Texas. I remember I saw like Zac Efron's character. I think it's Kevin Von Erich. But like I said, like he's from Denton, Texas, so it was pretty cool, especially when I was watching the movie here in Denton, Texas, and I was like, oh shit. But yeah, no, it's like, at first it felt like a feel-good sports story where you're seeing this family, brothers challenge each other and push each other to be the best, and then ultimately see one of them become the best, and try to just get what is it, the World Wrestling Championship or whatnot, and you think that's the height of the film, and then no, it's just from there on, it's just depressing shit after one depressing shit after another, and just even like the quotes were like, I'm not a brother anymore, like shit like that hits, bro. Like it was definitely an emotional one to watch, but I very much enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of the cast performances. I enjoyed kind of the wrestling aspect, the wrestling aspect from it. They did fuck up Ric Flair though. I will say that they didn't do Ric Flair justice in that film, but it was a solid watch. I really enjoyed it.
At 2, I'm gonna go with Super Mario, a movie I really enjoyed this year. From the beginning of the year, I've been preaching that it was one of the best movies I thought this year, so it's only right back at the number 2 spot. You go watch any of the CBMs when we talk about a movie, I talked about Super Mario was going to be a top movie because I enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the best this year. I thought it was just a great adaptation, especially coming into it, not knowing what Chris Pratt was going to bring. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the sequel. I think it just really put on for Nintendo, and it made Nintendo like, oh snap, like they can really do this too. Especially after what we saw with Sonic, I'm just happy to see that the video game adaptations are doing so much better, and they're telling stories because it was fun, it was funny, it has a little bit of everything for everybody. If you're anywhere Nintendo, if you're a Mario fan of any kind, there's something there for you. You know what I mean? So I think they did a great job just overall trying to satisfy every Mario fan. I'm a Nintendo guy, but I'm very new still to like, I have a Switch and everything, but I'm very new to like the Mario world and franchise. So for me, it was just dope to be able to get more in tune with that and stuff like that. So I was happy with the film. I really enjoyed it. So I'll go number 2.
Before we go number 1, honorable mentions. Honorable mentions for me, Creed 3.
Good one.
Solid one. Jonathan Majors, even though all the shit he's involved with now, he had a pretty awesome performance in that film. Just like the rivalry between him and Adonis was great. Transformers. That's surprising. Yeah, me being the bigger Transformers fan, I really did enjoy the movie though. And I'm looking forward to what they do with it in the future. The G.I. Joe thing was kind of I don't know how I feel about that, but it was solid. Optimus Prime was dope, as he always is in every interpretation. And then Evil Dead Rise, or was it Evil Dead Rise? Yeah, Evil Dead Rise. Javante had it in his list. I didn't have mine, but I really enjoyed that one as well. Very creepy, and I think that's it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's it for my honorable. Oh, sorry, forgot this one. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Just great end to the Guardians franchise. I really felt like it completed and captured all those characters that were brought in from the original one well. Like, just great ending for everybody.
Okay. I'll wish for me, of course, I had a lot of those. I had Guardians. I had Blue Beetle. I'll mention.
Yeah.
Thought it was a solid film. This year was a tough year as far as films, so it was hard. All these movies were solid films, just hard to, find something for everybody. So Guardians to me was fun. I mean, not fun, but I enjoyed Guardians. Thought the story was great. Thought I did a great job closing out for those characters. But I just only watched that movie once. I haven't watched it like that. So for me, it couldn't be my top 10. Tetris, another movie I really enjoyed. I don't know if everybody got the chance to see it, but I thought it was a dope story and just a dope understand how Tetris became Tetris that we know. And I think there's a lot that you don't even think about that you didn't know that you're like, oh man, this all went down and stuff like that. So it was very good. Really enjoyed that one. So I wanted to find a way for top 10, but I couldn't get that in top 10. Napoleon for me was great. Really enjoyed it. Beautiful looking film. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing. Long film also, but good film. I just couldn't find a word for my top 10 for it. I was like, Rebel Moon was solid. Really enjoyed that, but couldn't do that. And then who else did I put? Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer. It didn't make my top 10. I'm gonna say it like that. And look at him like crazy. No knock to it. Not saying it's a bad film. It's a great film. Not knocking it. Just for me, a lot of my list is based off stuff I really was touched by or really enjoyed. And Oppenheimer to me, I didn't enjoy like people did. And I think maybe just I wasn't on the wave like everybody else was. Same with Barbie. Barbie did not make my top 10, but I enjoyed Barbie. I enjoyed Barbie like that. So, I think I just didn't ride the wave. Like, I'm not saying nobody rode the wave. Everyone had what they like, but I just didn't get into it the way other people were so high on it. So I didn't make my top 10. Personally, but I'm not saying it's a bad film. It's a great film.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, though.
I smacked the shit out of you. Anyway, but to add to that, honorable mention, I did forget Blue Beetle and Barbie. I did really enjoy those films as well. Blue Beetle as well. Like, Blue Beetle was a surprise to me because I thought, okay, especially a movie that was originally going straight to streaming and then they changed it to being released in theaters. Really impressed me. Actually, when I think of like all the DCEU movies, Blue Beetle's up there as far as one of my favorites. So, yeah. But with that, the moment you've been waiting for. Number one. Now, you see, I had this pissed off look when he was talking about Oppenheimer. So, as you know, my number one favorite movie of 2023 was Oppenheimer, in fact. Yeah, man. Look, and this is the thing about the movie. Like, it made me think after, like, damn. If I saw this movie growing up as a kid, I might have actually taken chemistry a lot more serious. I actually would have focused a lot more in class and shit. Not cheating off Haley Mitchell's fucking papers every damn day, because that's how I got through chemistry in high school. Physics was probably one of my better subjects, and I liked that a lot more than chemistry at the time. But my teacher was really good, Mr. Kent. Shout out, Mr. Kent. However, what Oppenheimer does, man, it's not just about the building the bomb, but it's also like the fallout from it. And I think it really captured that well. And I think Cillian Murphy put on an amazing performance. Now, I think Zac Efron might have had a better Oscar performance than Cillian Murphy, because I feel like Cillian Murphy, the thing about him is that Robert Downey Jr. was just so amazing as the supporting character in the film. And I do think, like, if there's this for the supporting actor for an Oscar, Robert Downey Jr., that shit's solidified to me. I don't think there's no challenge there. Emily Blunt was amazing. I really enjoyed it, man. I think especially watching it in IMAX. The fuck? But yeah, especially watching it in IMAX, it was just an amazing experience. And also like seeing, Christopher Nolan, I'm familiar with a lot of his films, and also like watching Interstellar, it definitely gave me some of those vibes, especially when they were breaking down like the chemical components as far as building the bomb. In that score to this day, chef's kiss. And yeah, it's just amazing film that I really enjoyed. And I usually don't like historical films like that, but Oppenheimer was one for the books for me.
The number one for me would be, my number one would be Iron Claw. I think when I first saw the first magazine cover with the characters or the portrayals on there, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool, because I saw football shirt, I saw a football jersey, I saw a lot of things. I was like, oh man, and I started wanting to research. And when I researched, I found out so much. I knew what was going to happen. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, all this happened. They even showed the other brother that died. There was another brother that committed suicide. They didn't show that one. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. And seeing Zac Efron's very much, he's improved over the years as an actor. I think we have to give him credit for that. Even like Ted Bundy, he did a great job. But also my man from The Bear, which I love that show. So I was I was all in. And the dad, of course, from Mindhunters and a bunch of other things, he was great. So it was just a great film I was looking forward to. And then seeing it, I was so excited. I was super excited to go see it when I finally got a chance to go see it. I was really excited. Seeing it, man, it was everything I thought it was going to be. The emotional turn, the family bond of just, you know, don't need nothing but my family. I'm someone with siblings and close to my siblings. It was just very touching film for me. You know, you related to all the characters in different ways. You related to Zac Efron as a brother and as the oldest brother trying to, you know, be there for his younger brothers and try to support his brothers while also want to have his own dreams. You get it from all the brothers, even the brother that doesn't wrestle. You understand where he wants and how he loves his brothers, but he wants to do his own thing. I love that the bond was really there, because even when the other brother wanted to do his show and the mom and them said no, they said, oh, we'll take it. They snuck him out and take him to go do his show. Like, it was just a movie that showed there was never no envy. Even moments where you could say there should have been some envy, or you would be upset with your brother for certain things. There was never no envy from characters, and I think I always love the film, very touching, and I think it stuck with me. Even after leaving the theater, it stuck with me for a while. Just the whole story, the emotion, everything that happened. You know, the Von Erich name and how so much trauma came from it. You know what I mean? And it's a movie where if you don't know the story, you'd go into it blind, not knowing it's a true story. You would think it was fake, because you're like, there's no way someone can go through all this. So I really enjoyed it, man. It just has some great quotes, like Yanni said, and even like with his younger kids when they're playing and he sees them and they're like, we'll be your brother's dad. And it's just like stuff like that. It was just a very touching film and very emotional for me and heart-wrenching. So for me, it gave me sports, but it also gave me storytelling. It also gave me laughter at moments, gave me crying at moments. It just gave me everything you would want in a film. It gave me all the emotions rounded up. So which is why I put it at my number one.
Okay. I also want to add to that, just I'm happy that the real Kevin Von Erich, found, or is it Kevin? I'm pretty sure it's Kevin. The one that's I'm glad that he found happiness in his life, and as far as like, you know, the fact that he lost so many family members, now he has such a huge family nowadays, especially that's what they showed at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So just happy for him in general, especially after watching that movie and what he went through. So yeah, the fact that you left Oppenheimer is a
I left Oppenheimer because Oppenheimer
it's
for me
okay.
was a lot. I didn't mind Oppenheimer. It wasn't a bad film. It just for me, it didn't do what it did for y'all.
Yeah.
And there was some others I couldn't leave off. I love to leave off.
Yeah.
Not leave off Mario.
Yeah, whatever, Negro.
Oh, hey, as I go. You want to do your 5 disappointing right quick?
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on our top 10 favorite movies of 2023. Whose list?
Diego, good job.
Who has the better list?
I left Oppenheimer off. I left
everybody like that. Yeah, you
I lost everybody. I
lost
left Oppenheimer off.
Yeah, let us know
Sorry,
who has the
guys.
better list. Clearly me, down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this discussion, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I'm DeAndre.
I'm Javante.
And this is Duran J.
Vote for me, guys.